You've been there. You start a creative project and all you can think about is that feeling you're going to get when you finish. The reality of creating a project sets in and you start to run into obstacles. You procrastinate, but you persevere, and suddenly obstacle after obstacle become a thing of the past and you're on the home stretch. You can see the finish line. You're not sure why you started in the first place, but you keep going anyway because that feeling you're going to get when you finish is going to be so amazing. This hole that has been building inside of you is finally going to be filled. You've had months and months without peace, and the only thing that is going to satisfy this itch, this creative itch, will be to finish this project. You complete the project, the dust settles, and you don't feel fulfilled. Instantly, dozens of questions of self-doubt begin to manifest and spiral around your head. Do I really like being creative as much as I thought I did? Maybe if I was better at what I do, I would actually like the end result. Maybe if I was truly meant to be creative, I would actually arrive at the fulfillment I long for. If this sounds like something you've experienced, then you have company. It's something I've experienced time and time again. My creative field is filmmaking, and I experienced this feeling quite recently on a short film that I wrote and directed. I saw it as my big return to making short films. It had been a couple of years since I'd actually written and directed something other than a comedy sketch. In the past couple of years, I've been building a videography business which touches on a lot of the areas involved in making a short film. I've made music videos, I've done ads, I've done live streaming. But those things don't quite share the same vulnerability involved in making a short film. Nothing quite compares to the vulnerability of writing something and assembling a crew and cast and putting money into it and having the full weight of the project on your shoulders. And after all that, putting the project out into the world for everyone to judge. It's terrifying. With this short film, I think I began to expect something from it that it was never going to give me. For months prior to this, I had this feeling that I was on the cusp of something creatively great. And by that I mean not just a singular project, I mean just a feeling that I've returned to a creative flow, a return to form, so to speak. I had been feeling so creatively stifled that it began to get me down. I was seeing peers of mine and other people online in a seemingly magnificent creative flow, and this hole began to develop inside of me. A hole that just got bigger and bigger, and I began to think that this hole will be filled if I got into a creative flow. On the day of the shoot, I was reminded of just how difficult it was to shoot something like this. Our primary location fell through on the day, so we had to move to Plan B. And Plan B was planned for, but not planned out. We filmed in the new location, but it meant that we had to throw the shot list out the window and improvise. By the end of the day, I was actually surprisingly happy with how things went. It wasn't ideal, but I don't think the film would have been any better if... It's too windy for this. As I worked my way through the edit, the usual murmurs of self-doubt began to manifest in my mind. But it was okay. I had all the shots that I wanted to get. I was really happy with the actors' performances, and I was over the moon with the cinematography. I thought, if this isn't a recipe for fulfillment, I don't know what is. As I film this, I have the film about 99% finished. The thing that struck me the hardest was how I'm actually happy with it. But despite this, I haven't acquired any fulfillment from it. Quick word on fulfillment. To me, fulfillment is peace. To accept where you are and be happy with where you're going. To have some spare time in your hands and to not be bored or restless. Fulfillment really is very difficult to achieve. The absence of fulfillment after I completed this project surprised me and confused me for quite a while. Because usually when I get this feeling, I'm able to blame it on something wrong with what I've created. However, with this film, it's fine. Nothing stands out as being terribly wrong or poorly executed. So the question that I had to put to myself was, how can I be happy with something without getting happiness from it? The answer to this question has changed my entire attitude towards creativity and, more broadly speaking, my life. We need to stop expecting fulfillment from our creative passion. I think we've sold ourselves a dream that the thing that we are most passionate about will be the thing that provides us with most fulfillment. But anyone that has ever followed their passion will tell you that 99% of the time it sucks. Passion is tiring, and most of the time it is unrewarding and blows up in our face. Passion makes us vulnerable because caring about something is one of the most vulnerable things we can do. If you're passionate about something, then you're far more likely to become overly critical of it. Because why do anything you care about if you're not going to strive for perfection? I think expecting fulfillment from a passion project is quite a dangerous thought process. It's dangerous because it begins to eat away at the passion itself. If you get to the end of your project and you're not fulfilled, a seed is going to plant in your mind and it's going to cause you to enjoy your creativity less and less. The danger of conflating passion and fulfillment is when the fulfillment inevitably doesn't come, you're going to think the passion isn't there either. For me, when I stopped expecting fulfillment from my creativity, I began to wonder where my true peace in life was going to come from. My answer to this is going to be quite cliche, but I shifted my focus from creativity being the most important thing in my life, and I began to value just looking after myself. 2023 has been a year where I have not looked after my body and mind whatsoever. Bad eating habits, not exercising, not meditating, and not practicing mindfulness. So I've started running every day, even when I don't want to. It's actually a bit annoying when the obvious things start to make you feel better. I guess they're obvious for a reason. I've also been trying to eat better. That's difficult, but I'm getting there. The mindfulness is something I find very difficult to keep on top of, but when I do, my mind is incredibly clear. Clarity in my mind is what allows me to take a step back from things and almost choose or create the right perspective. It has become my #1 priority. I'll do a video in the future about how I'm finding fulfillment now that I'm not expecting it from creativity. But for now, I promise you, if you let your passion be your passion, stop expecting fulfillment from it, and look after your mind and your body, the fulfillment that you're searching for will make its way to you. Your mind won't feel so fast, your thoughts will slow down, and what's truly important will kind of just show itself to you. You'll start to see perspectives on things that might even help your creativity. You'll be able to find your true creative voice. And who knows, maybe one day this perspective will allow you to look back on your creative projects with pride. And, this pride might provide you with some fulfillment. Just don't count on it.